Hello, powerful one. Welcome to this edition of Inner Growth with Hananaye. I believe you have come across the expression, stay in the moment. Of course, today it is quite difficult to consume any content from the New Age movement without seeing the expression, stay in the moment. Now, it looks as if staying in the moment is the right way to live our lives right now. And if you have been watching some of my videos, you have also come across it being said. Now, I am not saying that I am a New Age teacher or guru. I am not a guru. I'm not a teacher. I'm just somebody who has information and I'm sharing it with my friends as it comes to me fresh. And I'm saying to myself, I can't keep having these downloads of information and keeping it to myself. There are people who need something like this. They don't know how to access them. So as it comes, I share. That is how it is. But then I'm saying that when you listen to the woke movement, the New Age movement, a thing like this comes up from time to time. Stay in the moment. Now, like every concept, staying in the moment has begun to lose its significance due to oversimplification. To stay in the moment has a reason. Now, what is that reason? Why is it being said that we should stay in the moment? Is there a pitfall to staying in the past? Is there a pitfall to staying in the future? Of course, yes. The first time I actually came across this expression, I was listening to Dr. Deepak Chopra, MD, where he said, if you stay in the past, you no longer exist because you are equating yourself with that which no longer is. If you stay in the future, the same thing happens because the future hasn't come. And reality is that the future is ever non-existent. The past is spent, the future is non-existent, but what exists, that which is real, is the moment. I have done a few videos, one of which I said that, maybe more than one, that the human power is effective, active in the now. But you see, I have also said that time to the human soul is an illusion because it is not real. It is the concept of time that splits existence into past, present, and the future. Otherwise, without time, there is no such thing as dichotomy of experiences of the space and of course of livingness. When we talk about past, present or future, we are talking about time. So when we say stay in the present, we are saying stay in that aspect of time that is continuous, not the aspect of time that is exhausted, not that aspect of time that is yet to manifest. Now, anything that has not been created is said to be in the future. Whatever has been created and experienced is said to be in the past. That's what it's all about. But the truth is, such dichotomy of livingness does not exist because time is a lie. It's an illusion. It's not real. So, what do we mean actually then when we say stay in the moment? We will say more of this when we come back from this short break. I am Osezwa Anthony Elimehe. You know me. I am in the game of helping you grow from inside out. That is the drill. You're welcome back. Now, when the instruction stay in the moment is issued, what you are being told is that remember that you are a being that are vibrational by nature. That whatever you connect with becomes your reality in this world. You see, the aspect of the human being that makes whatever the human being thinks about become the human being's reality is called identity. Identity simply means that a memory has become so intimately linked to a person that it has become the person's being. It has become one with the person. Now, If you were to connect with a memory of bliss, with a memory of power, with a memory of growth, that, of course, memory simply means past, you will see that what we experience is a now experience. It will not be a past, a non-existent experience. The concept of being in the moment simply means connect with that which is inexhaustible, which is timeless, which is not others definable. That is to say, that which others cannot define for you. It is a definition that only you can make. Now listen, this is it. When you dwell on the actions of others, and those actions are based on their faulty identities, it means that their actions are unreal, they are not eternal by nature. Therefore, if you connect with them, you disconnect from your being, you disconnect from reality, because the only identity that is real is the eternal identity. And what is the eternal identity? It simply means an identity that has no iota of falsehood. If somebody hurts you, if somebody tells a lie to you, if somebody, any negative action, any experience of life that is negative is not true. These actions are interpretations of life, of reality, by the faulty computation of the human mind. It is past. Then, if you connect with it, you are past. So if somebody said to you yesterday, you are a fish, you are a goat, you are not a human being, you won't make it, you won't succeed, you are a liar, you should be ashamed of yourself. Those are lies. They are not truth. Therefore, as they are being spoken, they are past. They are non-relevant. If you connect with them, you disconnect with your being, because your being says you are pure, you are perfect, you know all things, you are not a thief, you are none of those things. So connecting, dwelling on those negative things that people have said about you, takes your mind away from that which is real, which is you, and then takes it to that which is unreal. You have left the moment. You are now in the past, and that past is non-existent. There is nowhere in the book of life where you are a goat. There is nowhere in the book of life where you are a loser. No, you are perpetually a success. But when you dwell on those thoughts, you become a loser, because you have left the present, where the gift of your being reside. But what somebody told you yesterday, last year, 10 years ago, you are success, you are fulfillment, you are the power and grace and goodness of life. All things work together for your own good. You are excellence, you are perfection. Somebody said that to you 10 years ago, and you connect with that thought today. Is that going to be past? The answer is no. That is still in the moment, because it is true. It's like saying there are 5 chairs in an office. That is subject to human manipulation. Somebody can go into that office right now and remove 2 chairs or 1 chair from the office. It's no longer 5 chairs in that office later. It can be affected by the actions, by the interpretations of humanity, of nature. Therefore, it is not real. If you connect with things that are factual, they are past. Therefore, they are not going to define you. But what define you are things that were true yesterday, are true today, and are true tomorrow. The all-time reference identities. Things that cannot be manipulated by human interpretations, because they are beyond human manipulation. They are truth. I'll give you an example. There is a common one that is so simple that we can understand. The sun rises from the east. Now, the United Nations cannot meet to resolve against that, to say let's change where the sun rises from. The only thing they can do is to change where they consider to be the east. For all you know, what they call east right now may not really be the east. Where they call the north may not really be the north. What they call the south may not really be the south. But one thing is clear. Those things are nomenclature. They are mind content based identities. Because human beings have experienced over a time, they gave it a name. So we know that there is a certain side of the space we live in that when we wake up in the morning, we see the sun coming from there. We call that place the East. It could be anything. But now, this is what I want you to see. No amount of legislation can change that direction. The sun will always come from there. Right? You have the winter month for those countries who experience the winter. You have the summer month. You have the autumn month. You have the spring month. Human beings can't change those. They will happen when the time comes. Their intensity may vary, but they will still happen. In Africa, we have the Harmattan month. We have the rainy month. All through this month, the sun shines morning till evening. All right? Just that the intensity of the sun is affected by these other seasonal elements. So, what am I really talking about now? I'm simply saying that there are things that human systems, either out of anger, out of excessive likings or love, cannot affect. Those things do not belong in the past. They don't belong in the future. They are ever true. So, when you are making your connection, when you are thinking about anything, when you are dwelling on anything for such a length of time where you create identity from the memories of these things, make sure that you are dwelling on the things that are perpetually true. That's why Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Philippians chapter 4, verse 7 or 8, he says, whatsoever thing is true, whatsoever thing is pure, if there be any virtue, he said, think on those things. Things that are true. That's what I want to take up now. Truth does not have a season. Truth cannot be defined by circumstances. Truth is perpetually the same. But fact is subject to circumstance. Now, to stay in the moment means lock your attention on that which is not subject to human or systemic manipulations. These include your beliefs. If you have a belief that is subject to human manipulation, you become a citizen of that manipulation, become a product of that manipulation. Staying in the moment is not about bringing your attention just here, which is okay. But what is now here when you bring your attention here? Is it the beliefs of your religion, the beliefs of your culture? If it is it, you are still in the past somehow. You have been conned into the past because that which you see as in the present is actually past. Now, this is where it comes even more very interesting. When you say stay in the moment, if the moment simply means what is happening here and now, if you are poor and you intend to be rich, staying in the moment means experience your poverty and stay in it. But you need to change your beliefs that are generating that poverty. So if you have to stay in the moment, you will not be able to generate the positive thought that is contrary to that belief that's creating that reality. So to stay in the moment simply now means to go to a belief that is contrary to poverty. Or rather, let's not use the word contrary. We have to get a belief that is wealth inducing, that is wealth generating, and then focus on it. Some will say that is in the future, not in the moment. You see what I mean? Now, the idea of staying in the moment is actually misinterpreted to mean cardinalization of existence. That is to say, past, present, future. That's not what it's talking about. To stay in the moment is to stay focused, to stay connected, to lock your attention on that which is positive, which is true to your humanity. That's what it's all about. It means if you are a believer, a worshiper of a temporal entity, that is a god, any god, whether it's a demigod or whatever it is, there are so many of them out there in the religious field. When you worship those entities, anytime you are in the mode of worship, you are in the past. When you call their names, you are in the past. Because they are not true. They are not deserving of human worship. You get it? So if you are embracing a belief that is also from such religion, that are temporal by nature, the same way. Now, what if you were ill? Talking about this illusion of the moment. If you were ill and you are feeling the barbs of the pains from your illness, God bless you, you are okay. God really heal you. If you are feeling that pain, if you stay with that pain as it is happening to you right now and now, you are not likely to experience healing, because you are going to be thinking by the direction and dictates of your pains. So the idea of staying in the moment is also now abused by this. But if you were to take your mind away from the pain and focus your attention on that which is eternal, that you are eternally a soul healthy. You are never ill. Your body is ill. Your mind is disturbed. Hence, there is some download of trauma to your tissues. Now you are feeling pains. That is why you are ill. It is not real. It is part of the game. It is a hit from the game. It is temporal. It is not permanent. These two shall pass. In fact, in this context, these two does not exist. And then you focus your attention on that understanding that I am eternally healthy, that this body isn't mine, but I have the power and the right also, not just the right, but the responsibility to heal this body. The question now will be, what is the information that I need to have? What is the state of being that I need to, calibrate myself to experience the healing of this body? Because this machine needs to be up to speed. It needs to be whole and hearty for my own good. That should be your focus. Now, if you focus on the pains, you are in the present, but that present is negative, is past. So this is why some people find it difficult to accept the expression, let the weak say I am strong. Let the poor say I am rich. They don't understand it. They say, those of them who are realists, they are actually not realists. They are socially conditioned beings. They see that which their five senses only can relate with as reality. But we know that whatever the five senses can relate to is an apparency, not a reality. It appears to be. It is a percept, that which appears to be, with that which is made to exist by the vibrations of our minds. So, at the end of the day, do you get the message that being in the moment is not about cardinalization of existence, of livingness? It is about getting connected with ideas, thoughts, concepts that are perpetually true. That's what it's all about. Concepts, ideas, thoughts that are perpetually true, that are wholesome, that are perpetually true to your life. That's what it's all about. Whatever is a lie is in the past. And there is nothing that has not been created. All has been created. All you need to do is to manifest them into your world. You are not supposed to judge your life on the basis of that which you intend to manifest, because you are higher than that thing. If you now dwell on that which is yet to be manifest into your life and begin to define your life on the basis of that, you are not in the moment. You are in the future, which hasn't happened. Therefore, in the moment, you are powerless. You have taken your energy to that which has not come into existence. And remember, whatever is in the future is also past by its nature, because as it is happening, it is fading out to the past. But there is only one thing that remains permanent. It doesn't change. It does not have a past. It does not have a future. It just is, and that is spirit, which is what you are. What more can a brother say but to say that there is so much available to make you become the person of your dream? And that person of your dream is not futuristic. It's in the present. It's within you. Connect with it. Don't rush out of bed and every morning. Spend time with that identity. Recast your identity or confirm your recast identity every morning and feel the power before you go out. There is no power to be gleaned or got out there. There is no power anybody can put on you by laying hands on you. All they can do is to suppress you with their own powers and impart their energies into you and create programs into your life that will be running you. Stop accepting for people to be laying hands on you. Stop going to people to pray for you. You are God. Do not deny yourself your divinity by making yourself a vassal, by making yourself a slave of another. What, like my master Kepal will say, what one can do, so can another. You just have to understand that the powers that the other has is also in you, but you are not going to use it to dominate others, to control others the way the others are using it. You are much better than that. Grow and shine, my beloved. It is in you to so be. Thank you.